Welcome to Allied Pharma Notes. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the stereochemistry in GPAT orientation. Isomers are defined as the molecules which having the same molecular weight and the molecular formula, but they are different in their chemical properties and the physical properties. And they are divided into majorly two types. One is constitutional isomers and second one is stereochemistry. In constitutional isomers, they are forms as structural isomers, which means they are differ in the chemical structure and position of the functional group and the nature of the functional group. For that, I am giving two examples. C2H6O is written as a 63CH2OH and the CH3OCH3, both having the same number of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, but the arrangement is different. One is from the alcohol and another one is from the esters. And the second example, first position substituted bromoheptane and second position substituted bromoheptane, both having the same molecular formula and molecular weight, but they are different in the positions. And stereochemistry, they are also called as configurational isomers. They are divided into optical and geometrical isomers. And they have same molecular formula, same molecular weight and same chemical structure, but the spatial arrangement is different as I showed below. Let us discuss about stereoisomers or the stereochemistry. They are deals with the spatial arrangement. They are said to be a configurational isomers. And here important point you have to remember is receptor binding is mainly because of the spatial arrangements only. 3D orientation of the molecule and flow and how groups are arranged in the molecule, that may depends the receptor binding. And stereochemistry is divided into majorly optical isomers and geometrical isomers. In optical isomers, they having most of the single bonds forms the optical isomers, and they having sp3 hybridization and free rotation will be observed in the optical isomers. And saturated chiral center carbons and asymmetric carbons forms the optical isomers. Here I given an example also. And in geometrical isomers, they forms restrictor rotation, and sp2 hybridization generally follows the geometric isomers. And this is the representation of a molecule in 3D orientation. This ap is nothing but the above the plane and allo is indication of the below the plane. Configurations are divided into majorly two types. One is relative configuration and another one is absolute configuration. I am represented here differences. Relative configuration is expressed as D and L form, whereas absolute configuration expressed as R and S, and they are also called as R and S notations. In absolute configuration, there is no need of the references required, whereas in relative configuration, references is required, like glyceraldehyde for the sugars and alanine as the amino acids. And these relative configuration is not suitable for all, whereas for absolute configuration it is suitable for all the chiral molecules. And they giving based on the priority order. The reason for the glyceraldehyde and alanine as a standard is they are the lowest sugars containing chiral center and the lowest amino acid containing the chiral center. And here we have a look on the optical isomers. Optical isomers are divided into enantiomers and diastereomers. And diastereomers can be separated by using crystallization and Kalman chromatography, whereas the enantiomers does not separated by these type of techniques. And by having a one chiral center, we have enantiomers, but only single chiral center may not forms the diastereomers, because if we are having a single chiral center, the obtaining isomers are mirror images, but diastereomers, non-mirror images and non-superimposable are said to be a diastereomers. And a minimum one chiral center is required for the enantiomers and two required for the diastereomers. I represented here various structures possible. And you have a look on the R&S absolute configurations. Number of notations is similar to the number of chiral centers as I showed here, and should not with the Fisher projection is we cannot predict the R&S forms. Maybe Fisher projection also used for the D and L. And these are some of the rules for the R&S configuration. Increasing atomic number gives the most priority as I showed here. Highest atomic weight indication for priority here I showed for the hydrogen and deuterium, and lone pair of electron is the lowest priority, and triple bond has the more priority than the single bond. Optical active compounds are divided into monochirals and the multichiral center compounds, and the multichiral centers are divided into dissimilar and the similar, and dissimilar formula is 2 power n, but the similar there will be a change in the formula. As I showed here some of the examples for the dissimilar and the similar molecules. If the meso compounds is not formed, then we have a 2 power n is the number of isomers formed. If the meso compounds is formed, then there will be a difference in the number of isomers is going to be formed here. We have to remember these formulas, and you have to know the what is the difference between the meso compound and the racemic mixtures. Meso compounds are optically inactive and the racemic mixtures also optically inactive, but the meso compounds are internal compensation and the racemic mixture is an external compensation, which means in meso compounds, because of the planarity, they having a internal opposite configuration, that's why they will form optically inactive compounds. But racemic mixture equal amount of the dextro and LIGO forms, they will give the racemic mixture. Both compounds are optically inactive, but the reasons may be different. Number of isomers for the tartaric acid, as the tartaric acid having a 2 chiral centers, 2 power n, it should give the 4, but there is some logic, they will form one meso compound in it, that's why they will form only 3 meso compound, 3 optically active compounds and one is meso compound. Compound with chiral center but optically inactive, this is an exceptional case. Having chiral center but optically inactive, example is tartaric acid, because of forming meso compound they will be an inactive compound, and the compounding does not contain any chiral center but they having an optical activity. Example is quartz, important for the GPAT orientation. The reason is no element of symmetry is observed in this quartz compound. And the types of elements of the symmetry, if you see, plane of symmetry, center of symmetry and axis of symmetry are the 3 possible symmetries I given here. Plane of symmetry, this will be observed for the meso compounds. Meso compounds plane of symmetry is possible, that's why they are optically inactive, and the plane of symmetry is not possible, then they only optically active. And the center of symmetry, if you see how you have to draw the line, means you have to take horizontally, and if they are having a similar, then we should be inactive. This is an optically active compound, because of here symmetry is there, that's why they are optically inactive. And axis of symmetry, here I am representing axis. Here for the axis of symmetry they are optically inactive. No axis of symmetry will give you an optically active compound. Exception is the, if you see here, and one compound is active and another compound is inactive, I showed in the diagram. Optical rotation, it is represented with the theta, and the specific rotation with the alpha, and the specific rotation is represented as alpha by L into C. Here the units is important, the formula may not be important, units is important here. And optical purity, the formula is important. Specific rotation of the sample by specific rotation of pure enantiomer into 100 will give the optical purity. And if you see the enantiomer excess, difference in the percentage of two enantiomer will give the enantiomer excess. And generally we are representing percentage of R minus percentage of S. Why? Because R is represented with the positive sign and S is represented with the negative sign. That's why this formula is correct. Sometimes they will ask formula also in the GPAT exam. Enantiomer excess is equal to number of numerically equal to the optical purity. If the percentage of enantiomer excess will give the optical purity. And the very important and useful for the GPAT is stereo specific and stereo selective differences. Stereo specific depends on the reaction but not on the reagent, whereas the stereo selective depends on the reaction condition. Here the inversion of the compounds will be formed. Here major and minor products will be formed. SN2 reaction is an example for stereo specific, whereas stereo selective, whereas SN1 reaction is an example for stereo selective. I showed here with the mechanism also, and some of the other examples like alkene, bromide, hydrobromation, hydrogenation of the double bond, and E2 elimination. These are an examples for the stereo specific. For the stereo selective, the other examples like uh, whichever the compounds showing major and minor compounds, they are all comes under the stereo selective. Now have a look on the geometric isomerism. Here C double bond C, C double bond N, these are some of the examples for geometric isomerism compounds. And because of the presence of double bond, there is a restriction for the rotation of the bonds. And cyclic compounds like ring structures and steric hindrance will be formed in the geometric isomerism. And there is an important point you have to remember is the compound which is having sp3 hybridization may having both optical and geometrical isomerism, but sp2 hybridization only forms the geometric isomerism. And geometric isomerism for the non-cyclic compounds we have cis trans forms, Jd forms, and syn and anti forms. For cyclic compounds there is a two possibilities, cis and trans and syn and anti. I don't want to explain here how to represent a cis trans. Why? Because it needs a lot of time. If you want, I will prepare another video for that. Please comment if you require the cis and trans notation representations. And I given some of the examples. If you know the concept, you can easily understand the structures also here. And oximes, they will form aldoximes and ketoximes. For the oximes we have to note it as the anti and the syn forms. We should not note it as the trans and e forms because it takes a lot of time. That's why I'm not saying about how to notate all these things. And enantiomers, let us have a discussion on the enantiomers. Enantiomers are the biologically different and they are stereospecific. Example D glucose active, whereas L glucose inactive, and L alanine is an active and D alanine is an inactive. These are very important in case of the biochemistry concept. D and L cannot be differed by the IR or the UV. Very important, but they can be differed by using NMR. This point is useful. They may ask in the GPAT. And what is the difference between the cis and trans? In cis, they having an angular stress because of the bulk compounds are present side by side. That's why they may have a angular stress. But trans, the molecules are in opposite, so that's why there is a little chance of angular stress. I showed some of the examples. And less symmetry, low melting point for the cis compounds, and boiling point is high for the cis compounds compared to the trans. And compared to trans, cis is less stable, more polar, and high density compounds. In trans are more symmetric compounds, high melting point, boiling point is low, and more stable, less polar, less denser. These are the some of the points regarding the cis and trans.